need to find something on the upper left quadrant. We need to ensure after the process of reverse the rows or columns, and this number would be the maximum, right? So, and then we can see the maximum number here is 4. And is that possible to reverse 4? Yes, because first we can just reverse here. It is going to be 4, 3 here. To make it complete is 1, 2, 4, 3. And then we make another reversion. And here is going to be 4, and here is going to be 1. In this case, 4 is possible to be the maximized volume as output, because we need to do the sum, but there is just only one value. 4 itself is the sum, so 4 is going to be the output. And then the maximum sum is 4. Yeah, is as I said. And function description: complete the flipping matrix function in the editor below. So yeah, this one is basically the one we need to complete basically. Yeah. And then int matrix 2n 2n, a two-dimensional array of integers. Return the maximum sum possible. Input format: the first line contains an integer q, the number of queries. The next q sets of lines are the following formats. The first line of each query contains an integer n. Each of the next 2n lines contains 2n space-separated integer of I and j in row I of the matrix. This is basically explain what is exactly going on to be the input. Here it's input 1, 2, which is as the number of the queries. Okay, number of queries means to checking. The number of times to check. The next q sets of lines are in the following format. N means as soon as we type n, then it's going to be like 2n times 2n, like 2n into 2n, right? So, and then the third, so that means we just type in the individual output 2n times 2n, 4 times 4. So the sample output is 414. Why? Because to get 414, maybe here I can make one explain. I can quickly explain, because the only thing we need is just a corridor. Suppose this one is a 4 into 4 matrix, and we need to find 2 into 2. This is 2 and n is 2, right? So 2 into 2, the upper left quadrant. Our target is to first to maximize each element on this 2 times 2 matrix here, as it was circled in yellow. Yeah, and so we first to make each of these 4 values, like you can see here, we maximize it. And then we need to get the summary of the maximized value, right? So don't worry, it's very easy. Don't get confused about the colors. Now I'm going to explain what's exactly what those different circled colors. So our job is just to discuss it one by one. So first, we need to find the largest value among each possible value of the first item. What are the different possible values we have read from the beginning? Now, see, he can reverse any of its rows or columns any number of times. So that is very important. That means basically we can reverse it, the first row, and then after reverse, it's going to be 119 here. Yeah, because here there was one example. Firstly, it reversed the column. Initially, it was 83, 56, 101, 114, and after reverse, it become 114 and 101, 56, 83. Before we read it from left to right, and then we read it from right to left, from the last to the first, right? So, and then similarly for the row is also the same. So that's why after reverse, after we process the reverse, it's going to be 119, 83 here, and then 42, and then 112 at the end, right? So that means 119 is going to be the possible value. And similarly, we can put 62 up. We can reverse the entire column as well. So 62 is also going to be the possible value. And then, so is that only 2 possible value? Because we can reverse for any number of times. That means 108 could be the possible value as well. Why? Because we can first to reverse it to make this the last row to be 108, and then 114, and then 98, 62 here, right? So forget about this row. It is going to be a new row, and then we again reverse the column. Instead of this column, it's going to be 108, 15, and 56, and 112. So that means instead of this one, these four numbers is going to be placed for the first column. In this case, after we repeat these two processes, 108 would be also the possible value. In the next, we talk about the second. For the second position, yeah, it could be 42 itself, and then like here we have written the reverse, right? Like the number was still here. So after reverse, 83 is also going to be another possible value. And then what else? If we reverse the column, 78 can also be that, right? I'm sure you know. You don't. For the second one, it can be 98, and then 78, and then 125, yeah, and then 42. It should be this one. I made it wrong. It's 98 instead of 78. Similarly, after we follow two processes, this 114 is going to be the last number because we rotated the last row. Then we move it up. We'll jump to here and again jump to here. What is going to be the next? The next is 56. We forget about this 56. And what color you like? What's your favorite color? This time we put silver to make more money, more salary. Yeah, 56. We have only 9 minutes left. We need to hurry. 56 here, and then after reverse, like for the same way, it can be 49, and we reverse the column. It can be 15, and then 43 is also going to be that one. The last. Similarly, the 4 digits remain would be replaced for the last. So that is the case. That's how those colorful things come. Based on this observation, we can think about how to formalize it, how to make a formula about that. So first we can write the corridor. We imagine this is 0, 0. We imagine this is x, x, and then this is yx. For the first element circled in red, it can be 1, 1 here and 1, 4 here. 4, 1 here, 4, 4 here, right? Similarly, for the second one, it can be 1, 2, 1, 2 here, and 1, 3 here. This one is 4, 2. Fourth row and the second column. In this case, here it should be y. Yeah, here it should be y, here should be x. Then only is correct. Fourth and second, and then fourth. Yeah, this is fourth, and the y is third. Y is third. Yeah, so and similarly for the silver one and then the green one, we can also organize it. And then next, we need to be very careful because in Python, it is starts from 0, right? And end with the length -1. So in this case, all of these values should be -1. And here, to make it more brief, it means matrix itself. So if we write in the terms of the matrix, like in our coding matrix I or j, we can write in this case to formalize it. And then I'm sure now you would have awareness that we are going to use double for loop because it's basically a double. It's 2D array, right? So then we can first to put phi in range of what? And it should be in range of 4 because it is 4 into 4 array. That's why we can put one. We can initialize one new parameter, so we can use length of matrix. Yeah, because the matrix is already defined, and if we append it, so the matrix is going to be here. So then in this case, what is going to be here? Maybe let us make a more observation. Is 0, 1, 2, 3. Because we only discussed about the like only one part of the quadrant. We don't have to follow for the entire matrix. We only need to discuss n in times n instead of 2n times 2n. So here it would be n divided by 2. I got it. N divided by 2. What is why it shows error? Okay. Yeah, don't worry. It will go later. Then for j. Yeah, okay, I got it. I forgot to write in range. Yeah, so in range, then divide by 2. But very important. What if it is a odd number which can make floats? So to solve this problem, like we have we can see that like that float division can just automatically round it to the nearest integer. Yeah, so that's why we use this one. And then next, what are we going to do is that based on our observation, we can think about how to write the matrix. We can find the regulation. So the first one itself, because I starts from 0, so it most probably it would be I. And then what about the second one? The second one is again 0, so it would be J. Let's just take a guess to write it as J. That's basically the first digit, and then the second. For the second, we are going to run out of the time. But let me quickly try and type. If there's extra time, then let's expand. Right. So the second one is 0. Right. Okay, it passed all of the test. Now we have time. We have only 33 seconds left. Maybe I just quickly take a screenshot. Oh shit, it's gone. That's why I took the screenshot. So because we find the regulation y here is 1 or minus 1 or something like that. It is because, okay, so first we need to find the first one, right? So like in this case, we write I here, J here. Because if we look back for our code, so like initially it is going to be start from 0, like I is equals to 0, and then J is also equals to 0, and then I is equals to 0 still, and J is equals to 1. And the next I is going to be getting 1, and J is 0, and I is going to be 1, J is 1. Based on these two columns, we need to think about what's the relation columns here to each columns, totally 8 columns, right? So, and then another important parameter is n is equals to 4. Like we need to think about the regulation and the formula. Like here, for the first two, okay, for the first 9, this one is very obvious. I is equals to I, J is equals to J, column J is totally the same. So that's why here I wrote matrix I and J here. And then for the second column, this one is also the same as whatever comes to I, right? So that's why I directly write I here. And then the tricky thing is that we need to think about what's the connection between agua. Okay, what's the connection between these with this? You can see as the value of J rise, like the value of this decrease. If I increase and then J decrease, and so it must be something related to minus J. Probably in related to I, so we can forget about I in this case. Okay, then do you remember like n is equals to 4 and these values are all less than 4 but has some relation, so probably we just write n here, n minus j. Okay, for the first one, n minus j, 4 minus 0 is equals to 4, but our value is 3, so 1 is balanced. And then for the second one, like 4 minus 1 is equals to 3, but this is 2, again 1 balanced, and so probably we can try to write it minus 1 here. We can check for the third one, right? So 4 minus, what is this, is 0. Yeah, 4 minus 0 is 4, and again minus 1 is 3, exactly the same. And also this one similar, 4 minus 1 is equals to 2, exactly. So that's why this one, this value would be n minus j minus 1, right? And also very important, like the n should be capital N, because I already defined it as capital. So yeah, but it doesn't matter, you will understand. And then the next we are going to discuss about this column. Okay, this one. So if we think about this, it would have some connection with I, because like it looks like from the same function. If you have the calculation awareness about the graph, the corridor in the corridor, so it should be it would be in related to J, but has some relation with but it will have some connection with I. So what is the connection going to be? Again we just get our old friend n. Okay, n minus what I. Yeah, because as you can see, as I increase and this value decrease, so it will be minus, and then we can put minus 1 here, right? So it is very easy to observe, like to minus 1. And then the next for this column, 3322, oh okay, sorry, not 3322, I made it confused. So it should be 0101. It will be exactly the same. So here should be, oh no, sorry, square bracket. Here should be somewhere, yeah, square bracket with j, right? So that's why I have written j here. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the last. The last one here is because you can see this one has the connection with I again. So yeah, and is totally the same as previous one. That's why it will be n and then what minus j, right? Because as I said, it's like as this value increase, as okay, as I increase, this value decrease. So minus, and then to balance it, we minus 1, right? Maybe we can take one example. Suppose we take this one, right? I is equals to 1, so 4 minus 1 is exactly equals to 2, and this one, 4 minus 0 minus 1, exactly equals to 3. Okay, then let's go and discuss for the last. So the last one has some relation to j. Also, sorry, to I, right? To I, no, to j. Sorry, I am confused. Yeah, to j. And so it is 4 minus. Okay, sorry. Here. So it is. Then sorry, it is 4. That means n. Okay, n minus, again like I'm sure you know is the same, minus j, and then again minus 1. Yeah, minus 1, right? So it is same as the previous one. We just make its combination to make the different array and combination of this thing. So we will get it. And then after that, after we conformed, okay, maybe again let's take this one. Okay, so like in this code, Yeah, after we confirmed this number of the digits, we use the function of max to 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 find the largest value of among these four values, because we are going to we are the reason why we spend so much time to find the possible value is nothing but to find the largest value among the four possible values, right. So and then we do the sum, we do the sum of all of these four elements on the up left quadrant. We do the sum, and in order to do the sum, that's why I have initialized the sum at 0, and then we like I have used this one. I've used this function, but in instead of sum plus, maybe we forget about sum plus max blah blah blah, we can also write sum, we also type sum plus is equals to max. Oh, sorry, maybe I need to, it's hard to use mouse to control, I need a pen. So sum plus is equals to max blah blah blah. Yeah, that would make the code more simplified. Right, so and then at the end we return sum, because we after we saw that, like it shows something like result equals to sum. So that means we don't have to print anything, because later it use a function of write to print it. It's going to print, we just need to return a value as the result. So that's why we can use return sum here. Yeah, and so that's basically everything about the logic and the knowledge of the algorithm. Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for following my video, and yeah, I appreciate your attention, and please subscribe my channel so that I would have more motivation to make more helpful videos.